The afternoon sun was soft, streaming through the windows of the quiet neighborhood cafe. I sat in a corner, dressed down in a hoodie and old sneakers, just another face in the crowd. This was one of my cafes, part of the Hayes hospitality group, but no one here knew that. I came to these places anonymously, to see the real story, to observe how my people, both staff and customers, were treated when the boss wasn't around. A young waitress approached my table. Her smile was polite, but her eyes held a deep, unmistakable exhaustion. She took my order, her voice gentle, and as she turned away, another staff member carelessly bumped into her, spilling a few drops of water. A customer at the next table snapped, complaining about the tiny splash. She just lowered her head and apologized quietly. Later, as she passed behind the counter, thinking no one could hear, she whispered to herself. The words were faint, a barely audible breath. "Just don't cry." I froze. My coffee cup stopped halfway to my lips. Cold dread washed over me. It felt like the floor had dropped out from under me. Those were the exact words my wife used before she died, in a sterile hospital hallway, holding my hand for the last time. She had whispered that same phrase, trying to be strong for me. And now, my own little girl says them when she's scared or trying to be brave. Suddenly, I wasn't just observing anymore. I was watching, really watching. Saw the manager scold her over a mistake that wasn't her fault. Saw her apologize, swallowing her pride, just to keep the peace. Then, I saw her slip a free cookie to a little boy who was crying, her own pain momentarily forgotten as she comforted someone else. She had so little, yet she gave so much. The situation escalated when a customer, loud and entitled, began to berate her over a perfectly fine order. He was cruel, trying to humiliate her in front of everyone. Instead of defending his employee, the manager immediately took the customer's side, adding his own harsh rebukes. I saw her shoulders slump, her whole body trembling as she fought back tears. And then I heard it again, this time a desperate, choked whisper. "Just don't cry." That was it. I couldn't sit by any longer. Stood up, my chair scraping quietly against the floor. I walked over to the manager, my voice calm but firm. I started asking simple questions. "Okay, what is your policy on employee treatment? Wait, what are the wages you pay the staff who work so hard for you? What is your philosophy on basic human respect?" He looked at me, this man in a worn-out hoodie, and scoffed. "Who do you think you are? Mind your own business." I didn't raise my voice, okay? I just calmly pulled out my phone and made a single call, okay? Putting it on speaker, I said, "This is Daniel Hayes." A moment passed, and a voice replied from the phone, "Mr. Hayes, how can I help you?" I looked back at the manager. "I own this place," I said softly. "The Hayes Hospitality Group, and right now, I am minding my business." A heavy silence fell over the cafe. The manager's face went white. The rude customer sank into his chair. The waitress just stared, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and confusion, probably thinking she was about to be fired. But I turned to her. I walked over and said, my voice gentle, "Thank you. Thank you for your kindness." I hesitated, then added, "My daughter. She says those same words when she's scared." No one in my company should ever have to feel that way at work. Things changed after that day. The manager was disciplined, and we implemented new group-wide policies focused on employee well-being and respect. The waitress, she was promoted. She had the heart of a leader, and I wanted people like her shaping our culture. A few weeks later, I came back. This time, I wasn't alone. My daughter was with me. She ordered a hot chocolate, and when the waitress brought it over, now the new manager, with a genuine smile and light in her eyes, my daughter looked up at her and gave her the brightest, happiest smile. You never know who's watching. More importantly, you never know who understands your pain. Thanks for watching.